Today in Getting Real with the Housewives, Erika Jayne's son takes the stand in A$AP Rocky's case. Plus, Wendy Osefo talks Karen Huger's fate as Robin Dixon reveals if she's keeping up with Potomac.
I see little bits and pieces online. But, to be honest, it was very refreshing for me to not be on.
And is there a new cast of New York coming as Bronwyn Newport's husband throws some shade at Lisa Barlow? We've got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey everyone, and welcome to Getting Real with the Housewives. Lots of big news to get to, so let's get to it. Kicking off with Erika Jayne's son, who actually works as a member of the Los Angeles Police Department. Now, he was one of the first witnesses to testify in A$AP Rocky's assault trial on Friday. So Tommy Zizzo Jr., who Erika welcomed with her first husband, Thomas Zizzo Sr., was called to the stand as one of the cops who responded to the alleged shooting. He told the court what he saw when he arrived on the scene, which was outside of a hotel in 2021. A$AP Rocky's trial began earlier last week after the rapper turned down a plea deal that offered him 180 days behind bars, a 7-year suspended sentence, 3 years probation, and 500 hours of community service. As we know, Thomas is very private about his life. He's never been on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Erika doesn't really talk about him too often, but it's so funny that all roads lead back to Bravo. All right, well, The Real Housewives of New York City producers appear to be on the hunt for some new cast members before the current season even wraps. So on January 27th, eagle-eyed Bravo fans, they miss nothing, noticed that Shed Casting was searching for new faces to be considered for the reality show. The account wrote on Instagram, "It's that time. Come and get your apple." Now, Shed Media is, of course, known for its work with some of Bravo's biggest shows, including Real Housewives of New York City, Salt Lake City, and the company's additional credits include VH1's Basketball Wives and Peacock's Paris in Love. Now, in a series of Instagram stories, Shed Casting also answered some commonly asked questions about the casting process. Currently, producers are looking for residents in Brooklyn and Manhattan who have an organic connection to someone on the cast. Now, currently, season 15 includes Sai, Uba, Erin, Jenna, Jessel, Brynn, and Raquel. And Rebecca Minkoff is a friend of the Housewives. So in other social media posts, Shed Casting did say that they are looking for women who should be living a Bravo lifestyle. While there is no specific age requirement, producers are looking for ladies who make sense with the current cast, 30s to 50s. Us Weekly did reach out to Bravo for any comment on casting, and as we are shooting this, we have not heard back. But this is very interesting. As we know, we are coming off a really dark and tumultuous ending to this past season of New York. I mean, this reunion, the first episode has been kind of hard to watch. A lot of going back and forth, a lot of accusing Brynn of being a liar. And it just, like I said, took a really dark turn and not something that Bravo fans really enjoyed watching. Like, yes, it's compelling TV, but to see these women kind of take each other down and dealing with such heavy topics like this, I just want some fun, lighthearted drama, and we did not get that this season. So interesting that they are having a casting call rather than kind of vetting some women within the cast, having them kind of reach out. So I don't know what's going to happen with New York. I don't know about you, but I miss Dorinda, I miss Luann, I miss my OGs, but I think that they are committed to kind of seeing this through. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Let me know in the comments what you think. All right, well, Dr. Wendy is weighing in on Karen Huger's reality TV future after skipping the latest Real Housewives of Potomac reunion for rehab. She told Page Six, "I'm happy that she decided to focus on herself and get the help and what she needs, and I think whether she comes back for another season is solely dependent on whether she's ready to." And speaking of Potomac, we actually caught up with Robin Dixon, who had this to say about life without Housewives cameras. I miss you on Potomac. It's not the same for me. How does it feel for you? Are you watching this season? Are you tuning in? And how does life feel without Potomac cameras?
So I've actually been on a Housewives detox. I haven't watched any Housewives. I don't watch a ton of TV, to be honest. So I haven't been keeping up with anything. I see little bits and pieces online. But to be honest, it was very refreshing for me to not be on. It was a good just let me just clean the slate. So while I loved my experience on Housewives, I definitely appreciated my time away from it.
Seems like Robin is doing just fine, and I'm obsessed with this story because her fellow Traitors co-star Chanel Ayan spoke out and actually admitted that she had a very different idea of what former Survivor contestants experience on the show, starting with diseases and drought. She said, "I only knew people from the Bravo world. I didn't know the other people because they were all like, I'm a Survivor alum. I personally thought they survived things like me." She assumed co-stars Tony, Jeremy, Boston Rob, and other stars of competition shows on season 3 of The Traitors went through actual life or death situations. She said, "I've survived female genital mutilation, malaria, typhoid, Ebola, and a drought, like everything." So I was like, what have you survived? Then Derick is like, well, I lost 40 pounds. Ayan continued, "Even when I died, I still didn't understand them. I left and died, and that is when I realized there's a TV show called Survivor." You learn something new every day, but compared to what they've been through and what Chanel has been through, we definitely have to say that she definitely is a survivor. All right, Bronwyn Newport's husband, Todd, might just be the shadiest Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast member. So the extended version of the reunion, part 1, was released via Peacock last week, and it featured a very eyebrow-raising comment from Todd, who made it clear that he's still not Lisa Barlow's biggest fan. Don't really blame him, given what happened. So this is what went down. So Bronwyn caught up with her husband as the Salt Lake City ladies broke for lunch and recapped the Lisa and Gwen of it all. Bronwyn told Todd all she wanted was an apology from her co-star whose action hurt her daughter, Gwen. She said, "I would have said that you were never friends of any type," Todd said. He said, "If anything, you were social acquaintances." Bronwyn replied, "No, I was a social climb. When she wanted to come to our jazz suite, when she wanted to come to a party of mine." Bronwyn remarked that she's clear now on Lisa's intentions. And Todd said, of course, she can come to our Utah Jazz Suite and not have to do anything for it, so to speak. Now, fans are speculating that the comment was in reference to an infamous rumor that was brought up during the Scottsdale trip during the show's 3rd season, which aired back in 2022. Yeah, definitely a shady comment, but I cannot foresee Bronwyn and Lisa really moving forward. I think that they can be friends, but I think it's more of going to be like social acquaintances. Obviously, Bronwyn thought this friendship was a lot more developed than it was. So, and Lisa not taking accountability for reaching out to Gwen's grandparents just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I think it did for a lot of other people as well. But what can you do? All right, Brandi Glanville just stepped up her thirst trap game. So she took to Instagram last week to show off her toned figure in a sexy bikini while soaking up the sun. She sported a strapless top with cheeky bottoms, and she completed her look with heart-shaped bubblegum pink shades and tan Ugg boots. She also turned and gave fans a glimpse of her backside while casually taking a sip on wine. So now her post comes just 1 month after she revealed that she hasn't been intimate with anyone in over a year because of what she believed was a severe face parasite. She said, "I have shit to do. I have places to go, people to make out with." Now, this was in a December episode of her Brandi Glanville Unfiltered podcast. She said, "I have not had sex since last October. I haven't kissed or made out with anyone. I haven't socialized, really." She also shared that the condition affected her personal relationships as she's limited her interactions to just close friends. She said, "I went to Texas once and that was it because things are going kind of wacky with me." Now, but after opening up about her condition, she felt that she no longer had to hide. She said, "I was hiding and isolating and in effing misery, not wanting to share what was going on with anyone and not wanting to see anyone for sure, 100%. Now, she did speak to Entertainment Tonight recently, revealing that she did lab work for $10,000 to try and figure out what was causing her condition, and then spent another $70,000 attempting to fix the problem. So she's certainly, trying to get down to the bottom of it, but glad that she's feeling confident enough to post these bikini photos, and glad to see that she's hopefully getting into a better place. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. Let me know what you think about these New York casting rumors as this tumultuous season comes to a close. All right, well, keep commenting, keep subscribing, and I'll see you next week.